Arc Raiders' newest patch is finally here, and yes, both the Kettle and the dreaded trigger nades are finally nerfed, so let's talk about it. So first things first is if you log into the game, you will get a free gift of the golden pickaxe or the golden raider tool, which is pretty cool. But let's actually look at the changes. So for the Kettle, they reduced the fire rate from 600 to 450. The previous fire rate was only realistically reachable by players using macros, which creates an unfair dynamic that favors using third-party software. So a lot of the time, I guess a lot of players were using macros, but that's up for debate. So trigger nades. The trigger nade currently dominates PvP encounters, and players favor picking it over all other grenades. The nerf aims to make it less usable as a trigger and air grenade, whilst keeping its usefulness as a sticky bomb. Damage falloff has been rebalanced to concentrate the damage closer to the center of the explosion, deal less damage further away. The delay between triggering the grenade and detonating it has been increased from 0.7 seconds to 1.5, giving players more time to react, making it harder to time the detonation in air. This is a pretty big change. I'm surprised he didn't. I mean, the damage falls is nice. The delay is very good. I'm glad that you can actually have a reaction to it rather than not having a reaction. So that's good. And then they fixed a key card exploit that allowed players to keep room keys after using them. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess that was. So that's good. And then the lightning has been lowered in some areas on Stellamonta's night raid, making flashlights and listening more relevant. So pretty solid changes. Now let's take a look at everything in game real quick. So in game, make sure you go to your mail, go to your inbox, and claim your free gift. 10 million raiders, which is pretty insane for a game like this. We're gonna go ahead and look at the store, see what we got in the store. Anything new, anything relevant. We have the Abyss set. Looks pretty cool, pretty cool. Interesting. Diver set. The oxygen tank is pretty cool. I mean, this is a really cool skin. The only thing I'm afraid of is that, like, the eye glows, but we shall see. Then here we go. Here's the golden pickaxe. Pretty cool. Now, the one thing I do want to see is, do I have any trigger nades ready to go? I do have some trigger nades. I'll slap on a kettle. This is what I really want to look at. The first thing I want to be looking at is the kettle. I mean, it is significantly slower, which is a good thing. I'm glad this is getting nerfed. I'm surprised, like I said, the Stitcher wasn't mentioned. But maybe that'll be coming in later time. We shall see. So overall, significantly slower. Now, let me see this. The trigger nades is a big talking point, so this is something I need to see this nerfed. That's good. So basically now, you throw it. There's a pretty substantial delay. It gives you time to actually react and move around from the explosion. It gives you the noise, and then you can escape that, which is good. I'm glad that this is finally getting nerfed, so maybe... I mean, it'll definitely still be useful, don't get me wrong, in a lot of the fights and raids and everything like that. But now you actually have a chance to react rather than just insta-dying to them, which is a great thing. I'm glad that this item is finally getting nerfed, because in PvP in this game, that's pretty much all you would use. It got to the point to where you wouldn't even want to be using your main weapon whatsoever. You were better off just throwing trigger nades the entire raid than actually shooting people if you were more in those PvP lobbies. but I'm glad it's getting nerfed. It's an item that definitely needs nerfed. Again, a little surprised they didn't talk about the Stitcher, but maybe they wanted to leave that. They also didn't talk about some of the out-of-the-wall exploits, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be working on that in the next coming weeks or days, but we shall see. But yeah. Another thing to be looking at is that Cold Snap was removed from the game. Previously, Cold Snap was introduced during the December holiday season, where you got an increased chance of loot and a rather big dynamic in terms of damage over time if you stayed outside too long. Now that that is removed, however, you'll probably be seeing a lot more electromagnetic storm. You will also be seeing probably more locked gate, locked raids, blue gate, probably see more hidden bunkers, night raids, things like that. Although the Cold Snap did add a different type of dynamic, which I thought was rather cool because it did provide damage over time, giving you an incentive to get into cover and to try to fight indoors rather than in an open area. But now that that's removed, I'm very curious to see what they're going to be adding next. Maybe some fire damage, who knows? But we shall see in the coming days, weeks, whatever it may be. We'll end up this video with some clips and highlights and things like that of the previous trigger nades and Kettle. But anyways, if you found this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, do me a solid, hit that like button, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new or coming on the regular. It's one of the best ways of helping me out, so it's really helpful. And go ahead and let me know in the comments, was this patch and changes to both the trigger nade and the Kettle enough to shake up the meta and really try to get that out of the game? Or are these changes not really anything? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below.
You're dead, right?
One outside on the right.
One shot in front of me. Push right corner. Throw them. Start tucking them shits.
One's down at least.
Another one down.
Kill
I
two.
think.
Good.
Two down.
Good.
No way.
One just pressed it.
Clear left.
On this rock. On the rock. Shoot. You see him? Shooting.
Yep. Cracked.
Got it. Let's go.
3,
Later.
2, 1.
There.
Broke.
Very low.
We should be somewhere over here.
There.
I'm knocking this guy out real quick. I'm walking up.
Broke. Hit again. He's one. Damn.
I knocked this guy out. I'm walking up.
We don't drop down that. That's too
Yep.
Let's look at the free
Oh, he should
hit.
at me. At me.
Operator. There.
sad. Knock.
One's cracked low.
Low.
On the backside of it is behind. He's jumping in now. Stop with him.